Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
Okay, this is Jay Fallon. This is the slippery slope. We in Australia are on a slippery slope. I think a lot of people just think I'm a bit gammon when I talk about it. I think that we're not actually on a slippery slope. Everything's fine in Australia. Everyone, a lot of the people that I know, we're all making money. Everyone's getting rich. We're all out working. There's plenty of jobs. Everything's good as long as I just keep my head down. Maybe just bury my head in the sand and think that everything is okay. Well, then, Jay, everything is okay. Everything is not okay in Australia. So let's look at what's happened with this chap. I had seen him before, and this has made headlines. I think, well, a lot of people, you would have seen this coming up. So this is Mike with the not Mike. So he's a bit of a street preacher down in New South Wales. Good on this chap. All he was doing, sitting with a sign saying Jesus with Jesus on it, and then I think the sign says Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And here we go again with police. In my opinion, now it might be a little different in New South Wales, but I think they are. The whole reason why they haven't made any arrests is because they are overstepping their legal boundary. Now, in the bylaws, as far as my understanding of it goes, if you were harassing people, if you were causing a bit of a menace, if you were standing there yelling out, maybe if you were actually preaching and yelling it out and disturbing the peace, then they could maybe come along, or they could come along, and this is what I believe how it works down there as well. You could come along and they could have given him a move on direction and lawfully made him move on. Now, they tried, in watching this video, they tried to give a move on direction, but then they never commit to arresting him. They keep trying to intimidate, trying to tell him, no, you've got to move on, you've got to do these things. But I believe the reason why they don't actually arrest, why they continually just try and talk, why they're trying to move Mike on with intimidation, is because they know that legally they're on a very, I think they're very close to crossing the line legally, and they've got no real legal right. I don't believe they had any legal right to arrest, and they shouldn't actually have been giving a move on direction as well. So anyway, let's have a look at this video. I'm just going to play part of it just so you can see what I'm talking about.
Sure, that's good. Hallelujah. All right.
Hey, sir.
Yeah, how you
Can I
going?
have a word with you over here?
Yeah, sure. Just my sign.
Hi, mate. Hi.
G'day, how you going?
I'm Constable Berwick Clerk.
Yes, how are you going?
Police station. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm
so,
good.
I understand that these gentlemen, they're security. Do you understand that?
I understand the security.
So they've given you just a simple request just to leave the sign over there. They do have bylaws here governing this area.
Yes.
You refuse to comply with them. You've also failed to stop to speak with the security guard there.
Okay.
Now, since then, they've asked you multiple times, and as I understand,
Now, he said you've also failed to stop and talk to the security guard. Since when is it illegal to stop and talk to someone, especially a security guard? Now, the security guard might want to talk to you. They can't physically stop you. They can't make you. You can't be made to talk to someone. Anyway, just a little food for thought here.
because I've dealt with them in the past.
Right.
They've tried to be reasonable with you.
Okay. Tell me what the crime I've done,
I'm not
please.
going to tell you anything.
You're not?
So,
Well, okay, I've done nothing then.
okay, you're going to have to leave the
No,
operation, okay?
you're going to have to tell me what
So
I'm
you
doing
caused
wrong,
fear and
or I'm
alarm.
not going
So I'm Constable
anywhere.
Berwick Clerk from Surrey's Police Station.
Yes,
Mission
you've
you
already
move
told
on
me.
direction. You've become
No.
So hear that. He just says he introduces. So he's going into his formal direction here. This is the little spiel that you get taught. So he gives the spiel. He says, "Well, this is my name. This is where I'm from, and I'm issuing you a move on direction," which is important because I believe at a later point, the police actually released a statement saying that they didn't give a move on direction.
There's no move on direction going to happen here.
Become argumentative with security.
And I'll become argumentative with you as well. But unless you can tell me, what I've done wrong. Yeah, I don't, listen, this is Australia, right? The Constitution of Australia says I can preach religion anywhere in Australia, all right? That's all I'm doing. And I'm not even doing that. I'm just walking around looking at that. Why?
Because there's bylaws governing this place.
I'm not interested in bylaws. I'm interested in being free.
And you're breaching them, okay?
Well, I'm not breaking any law.
You are. Bylaws,
it is
yes.
not
No,
a
you are,
local
yes.
law. It is not a state law.
It's
It is
bylaw.
not a national
Bylaw.
law.
This ground here is governed by bylaws.
It might be. What are you going to do? You're going to arrest me?
I don't want to at this point. But
Well, you can if you like, because on principle, on principle, I'm not going to leave because I'm an Australian citizen and I can do it.
Don't be bullied.
I'm directing
No, well, you can do it.
You are.
So,
You're all right. You're
failing,
okay.
failing
Very
to
rude.
sir,
If I can't walk anywhere in Australia with this sign, there is a problem. If you want to take the authority, if you want to take the initiative to arrest, no, I'm not, because all you've said is you're going to arrest me for walking on this land with this sign. Is that what you've said? Is that what you've said? Is that what you've said? I can't have the sign.
Okay, so let's just.
So it's the sign. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't preaching. He wasn't yelling out. He was literally just holding the sign. The sign's not even big. It's not even like it's a billboard that goes over his body or anything. He just literally holds it in front of him. And a sign, this apparently is against the bylaws. So
Because of some bylaw.
Yep.
What about what I want to do?
So let's
What
start
about
walking.
being free?
You are free.
And I love I don't love it, but the way this chap just keeps getting a little bit closer, putting his hand up. Okay, move on. Go. Let's go. Yep. He doesn't, I don't know whether he just doesn't understand that he can't really, all he's trying to do is intimidate. And this is what New South Wales, this is why I do so many stories about police. Police need to realize they should not be intimidating people. They need to be held accountable for their actions. And so many times police act unlawfully, trying to bamboozle people with the law, trying to make people move on when they don't really need to move on, using threats and intimidation. Threats to, maybe we're not going to arrest you, but I'm just going to keep moving along, moving forward, keep escalating things until tensions run high. People might lose their temper. And then I'll arrest you because I'll be able to say that you assaulted me or something like this.
This is Australia. My name's Mike.
And these are the security guards here. These are security guards. So they're
Of course I can do all that, but this is on. This is on. This is for our protection. You know that? Yes, of course we're allowed to.
So again, he says, "Can you not film me?" The security guard, "Can you not film me, please?" And then she's like, "Well, I'm allowed to." She goes, "Oh, yeah, I know you're allowed to, but you're getting in my face." We need to take these things more seriously here in Australia. It was only a little while back that the new conversion therapy laws came in here in Australia. In New South Wales, we see that if you were a pastor and you were talking about homosexuality in church, and then someone came out voluntarily and wanted prayer because they were struggling against homosexual feelings, tendencies, or whatever, desires, well, then you could be, if that person then turned around and complained to the law, to the police, you could be charged. The pastor could be charged. I believe this is taking us to a point where we will see Christians arrested for because of these kinds of laws that we've allowed to come in. We need to take these things seriously. When someone is just standing with the sign, all he was doing was standing with the sign. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't preaching. He wasn't doing anything else. He wasn't disturbing the peace, which is why the police didn't arrest him. But when you're just standing there and then the police are able to come and intimidate and harass, and that's what the taller chap the Caucasian dude. That's what he was doing. He was acting in an intimidating manner, and he was harassing. He was harassing Mike, but yet the police won't see the problem with this. We are on a bad path, a dangerous path here in Australia, where these things are allowed to happen, and there's no legal recourse. No one comes in and fights back and pushes back and says, well, the government isn't allowed to do this, and then is able to fight back legally and prove that the government or that the police aren't lawfully allowed to do what they're doing. But we just keep allowing these different bylaws, these different encroaches on human rights. We allow the government to keep encroaching on human rights. We allow police to keep crossing the legal line of their legal duty. We allow police to keep crossing the line of their legal duty, and no one's calling them out for it. We don't have any leadership who are calling them out for it, who are standing up and saying, well, hey, you're actually the ones who are intimidating. You are actually the ones who are causing harassment and bullying. We're on a dangerous path here in Australia because these things keep happening and people keep burying their head in the sand and saying, well, it's okay. It's okay. It's happening to those people. It's happening to Mike, the street preacher. It's happening to the pastor in the church who's talking about homosexuality. It's happening to all these people. But one day it's going to happen to you. This is the problem we've got. This is the path that we're on. It is going to keep getting worse. And I think that's why I've got some other things. There's some other things I'm going to talk about in the coming week that I believe, where I believe Australia is heading, the dangerous path that Australia is heading. This is all my opinion. I think we need to be more careful, and we need to really shine a brighter light on what's happening, how governments are using these local bylaws to really encroach on everyone's rights of freedom, the limited rights that we already do have. This is all my opinion. I think we need to be far more vocal than we have been, and we need to shine a brighter light on the behavior, the intimidating behavior of police, and the way governments are continually encroaching on our rights as Australians and the Constitution that we have. And they're allowed to do it. They keep pushing us further and further, pushing our rights further and further back. And I think as a Christian, we're heading for some fairly dangerous times. I don't think it's going to get better. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. I'm Jay Fallon. Thanks for listening to The Slippery Slope.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna